A gentle morning mist lingers over the quiet garden after the long night of soft rain. The mist softens every leaf, making the garden feel washed, renewed, and quietly reborn. Yumi and Sky step out into the damp morning air, followed closely by their curious cat. Even the smallest puddle reflects the pale sky, turning last night's rain into a gentle memory. They quickly discover the small leak, carefully tracking the tiny pool gathering on the floor. Yumi bends down with calm attention, knowing small problems should be cared for before they grow. Soon, they begin to gather the old timber scraps, preparing to mend the damaged roof section. Sky passes each tool with patience, keeping the little workspace neat, safe, and ready. At this moment, Yumi carefully wipes the water from the floor, making the porch dry and safe again. The old timber smells of rain, but in their hands it becomes useful and strong again. After that, the small tools are prepared, and together they begin the repair with patient hands. Dexter circles nearby with bright eyes, watching every movement as if he belongs to the repair. Meanwhile, the rhythmic tapping of the hammer echoes softly as each wooden piece is secured firmly. The morning air feels cool, but their shared effort gives the porch a warmer spirit. Gradually, they stop to rest for a short while, admiring the cool green yard before their eyes. Each simple task teaches them that care is a steady rhythm repeated with love. A little later, both of them move into the warm kitchen to begin preparing breakfast. When the final wooden piece settles into place, quiet pride rises in both of their hearts. As the kitchen slowly fills with small joy, Yumi and Sky begin to prepare the ingredients. Their rest is brief, yet it gives them time to notice the garden after the storm. At the same time, the hot soup releases a gentle aroma, announcing a simple morning meal. The kitchen welcomes them like an old friend, filled with wood, herbs, and familiar morning warmth. And then, everything gradually comes together on the old wooden table, bringing a truly peaceful feeling. Yumi moves gently from shelf to table while Sky prepares the bowls with quiet affection. At this moment, playful Dexter chases a tangled thread, bringing laughter to the whole house. The soup simmers slowly, filling the room with comfort that makes the house feel alive. After that, they carry the hot breakfast to the porch to enjoy the fresh morning air. Outside, the repaired porch waits in sunlight, ready to shelter many peaceful mornings ahead. Slowly, warm bites of rice are enjoyed in a still, green, and wonderfully refreshing space. Dexter's playful chase breaks the stillness, proving joy can appear in the middle of work. As the morning passes, they look up at the repaired porch roof, now strong and steady. The simple meal tastes richer because it follows honest effort, shared laughter, and relief. At the same time, they sip warm tea, enjoying the reward of their small and meaningful work. They eat slowly, letting every warm bite settle into a clear feeling of gratitude. Gradually, the little cat falls into peaceful sleep beside the two sisters. The roof above them no longer seems fragile. It stands as proof that they can protect home. In the gentle breeze, the small house seems to awaken, carrying the fresh breath of nature. Tea warms their hands, and the silence between them feels full, kind, and understood. Only peace remains, reminding them that every difficulty can pass softly with care and courage. The cat's sleep makes the porch calmer, as if the whole house has found balance. When bright sunlight begins to shine, the whole garden looks fresh, renewed, and full of life. Sunlight touches the repaired boards, making the fresh work glow in the clean morning air. After that, Yumi clears the wooden table, keeping the space clean after breakfast. The garden seems to approve of their care, breathing out the scent of soil and leaves. At this moment, Sky cares for the small potted plants, allowing their joy to keep growing. Yumi's careful cleaning gives the home a new brightness, one small corner at a time. A little later, the small cat stretches awake and continues his adventure in the sunny day. Sky waters each plant as if silently encouraging it to keep growing toward the light. From inside the house, the porch after the rain looks quiet, nostalgic, and deeply comforting. Dexter wanders from porch to grass and back again with bright, happy curiosity. After that, Yumi carefully arranges the wooden shelf in the kitchen, making everything more orderly. The view from inside feels like a painting made of light, old wood, and memories. When the kitchen is clean, they feel comfortable welcoming the bright new day ahead. Every shelf Yumi arranges makes the kitchen easier to love, use, and remember. And then, the noon sunlight spreads across the room, bringing familiar warmth to every corner. The clean kitchen becomes a promise that tomorrow's work will begin with clarity and calm. At this moment, Yumi looks gently at the flower by the window, her heart feeling light. After the simple breakfast, they enjoy peaceful moments beside an old book. Gradually, the cool breeze from the garden flows inside, carrying a fresh and pleasant breath. A little later, they step into the yard to feel the softness of the beautiful noon sunlight. Meanwhile, Dexter plays freely on the grass, enjoying his freedom after the rain. And then, the two begin collecting fallen branches scattered around the garden after the storm. At this moment, they skillfully arrange the dry wood pile, making the garden cleaner and calmer. After that, the wet leaves are carefully wiped dry, looking clean, fresh, and bright. At the same time, they pause beneath the tree, enjoying the cool breeze passing gently by. Gradually, the clouds drift away to reveal a clear blue sky, promising a productive day. When everything is in place, Yumi cannot hide the happy smile on her face. And then, both of them understand that even the smallest task can become the beginning of overcoming hardship. At this moment, they return to the house together, feeling quiet peace after their work. After that, the wooden door closes gently, ending a meaningful noon spent side by side. Meanwhile, the kitchen remains silent, holding the gentle warmth of the meals they have shared. A little later, Yumi diligently washes the bowls, keeping the little home clean and welcoming. When the kitchen towel is hung to dry, order spreads through the small wooden house. At this moment, Dexter quietly watches birds flying across the sky, his round eyes sparkling with light. Gradually, the rich golden color of sunset begins to slip into the warm wooden kitchen. And then, they stand by the window, admiring the beautiful harmony at the end of the day. As the light fades, the kitchen grows still, filled with affection, gratitude, and connection. Finally, night gently falls, embracing the little house after a long day of meaningful work. After that, Yumi wipes the table one final time, preparing a clean start for tomorrow. At this moment, Sky blows out the candle, leaving a thin thread of smoke in the dark air. A little later, they walk to their room together, closing a day filled with simple experiences. And then, the night sky glows with countless stars, promising a deep and gentle sleep. When the house sinks into rest, Dexter still lies curled up, guarding the peace of the night. Before resting, Yumi carefully checks the door, making sure everything is safe and secure. Gradually, reassurance appears on Sky's face as she prepares for a sweet and peaceful sleep. At the same time, moonlight shines on the porch, revealing a strangely beautiful and tranquil charm. Meanwhile, the entire garden sinks into stillness, waiting patiently for tomorrow's dawn. And then, peace closes, a memorable day shaped by small, meaningful acts of care. The next morning begins with bright sunlight, shining into every corner of the wooden house. After that, Yumi steps onto the porch, welcoming a new working day full of hope and joy. When the light begins to spread, Sky prepares fresh water to care for the lovely plants. Meanwhile, the little cat keeps playing with a fallen leaf in the calm garden yard. And then, they look again at the repaired porch roof, feeling reassured by its strength. At this moment, they continue cleaning the garden, keeping the home bright, fresh, and beautiful. After that, the old wooden boards are stacked neatly, like the beginning of future plans. At the same time, they enjoy a cup of tea, feeling tenderness in a space filled with love. Gradually, their eyes turn toward the distance, enjoying the cool breath of the new morning. And then, They realize that this small bond is the strength that helps them overcome every challenge. At this moment, they go back inside, beginning their daily tasks with cheerful smiles. After that, simple dishes are prepared carefully, carrying the flavor of love and devotion. A little later, they share the meal, enjoying the peaceful feeling of a small family. At the same time, Yumi wipes the kitchen shelf, making everything clean and bright. Gradually, Sky returns to the pages of her book, absorbed in beautiful stories. And then, Dexter lies obediently beside her, creating a peaceful picture that feels precious and memorable. At this moment, sunset begins to dye the space gold, bringing the stillness of late afternoon. After that, they step into the garden together, watching the final rays of sunlight slowly fade. A little later, both of them enjoy this wonderful moment, their hearts filled with silent peace. And then, the warm yellow lamp is lit, bringing comfort to the porch as darkness grows. At this moment, the small house sinks into the quiet night, receiving the calm blessing of nature. After that, the wooden door is closed carefully, protecting everyone's peaceful sleep through the night. A little later, inside the warm kitchen, everything is tidy and ready for another tomorrow. At the same time, they return to their room, giving themselves to sleep after a meaningful day. Gradually, tiredness disappears, making room for beautiful dreams waiting gently for them. And then, the moonlight falls across the porch, highlighting its rustic and peaceful beauty. At this moment, the little cat has fallen deep into dreams, guarding the house in the dark. After that, silence covers the whole garden, carrying the breath of lasting peace. Finally, the pale moonlight retreats into the darkness, closing a full and meaningful day. And then, the night becomes completely still,